Hello food fans, I'm at Burger King. Today I had a coupon. I get 2 hamburgers, small fries, and a small root beer. They have root beer. And the total cost, the coupon advertises $4, but with taxes added, $4.31 for 2 hamburgers. That's a pretty good deal with today's prices. Let's take a look at the size of the regular hamburgers. Definitely not a Whopper. To get 2 of these. So see what it tastes like. It has cheese on it. It's bacon cheeseburger, so it has bacon, cheeseburger, and ground beef. It tastes good. Got some ketchup on there. Today is Thursday. I believe it's 8/11, August 11th, 2022. Stock market is up for those of you who follow that, or it was when I last looked. In addition to talking about food, this is pretty good tasting. It tastes like a cheeseburger, and it has the bacon taste and crunchiness added to it, which is a plus. Get my root beer down here. Just straw. We'll talk a little bit about show business. One of the things I've noticed over the years in show business is that sometimes I put the straw down into the cap that's on the root beer. Bring my root beer up here. Bring my root beer up here. Root beer always tastes good. The restaurant part of the Burger King is closed. You can't go in and sit down. Everything is in the car lane. You have to drive through. COVID might have changed fast food and restaurant business forever, negatively for the restaurant business. My favorite restaurant was Ryan's Buffet, which went out of business. Show business, writers, creators. This also applies to YouTubers. Any place where there's creativity, sometimes cliche volcanoes begin to exist. Songwriters sometimes might have a tendency to write using cliches, but every now and then a really good song comes along. Songs I liked Hank Williams and Chuck Berry, Irving Berlin, Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson as writers. Willie Nelson used to write songs when he was first becoming famous. He had songs that sounded like someone talking. And, well, hello there. My, it's been a long, long time. And the song goes on and gets to the title about, ain't it funny? how time slips away. And the song is a pleasant listening experience for the listener. Try some fries. Not many people in the parking lot here today. But if you're going to write songs, don't say, "You're the apple of my eye. I'm crying my eyes out over you. I got a million tears." Don't say the things that have been said before. Say something brand new. Almost lost this one. Carry a pencil and pad with you, a piece of paper, something to write down on wherever you go. Because you might get a concept, an idea, something will happen, somebody will say something, and you'll say, "Oh, wow, that'll make a great song." And you forget to write it down, and you forget what it was. More root beer. I got in the habit of having a ballpoint pen and pad of paper next to where I sleep. And several of my songs popped into my head as I was going to sleep. So I jotted them down, then checked them in the morning to see if the concept was good. If the concept is good, is worthwhile, then it'll be easy to write the song, because it's about something. One night I was going to sleep, and a thought, a sentence, a song title, entered my mind, and I had the sense to write it down. And the song title was, "I'll Just Wear Black Till My Blues Come Back in Style." For those of you who are into country music, that might be good. I wrote the song, and I liked the way it came out. There are other people who write songs that have great melodies, great rhythms. If you ever get a chance, listen to Leroy Pops Anderson, Blue Tango. As far as I know, it has no lyrics, but what an arrangement. You might be a person who has some very good ideas, either about the lyrics, the melody, the rhythm, and the lyrics. If you don't have them completely done, don't worry about it. Write down what you can when the idea first comes into your mind. Then the next day look at it, rewrite some words. A couple weeks later, look at it again and do some rewriting. Same thing if you're writing a movie idea, a short film for YouTube. A one-liner. Writing is very, very important. If you just have a movie that you're making, you got real good cameras, real good microphones, you got a place to do the movie, but all you have is some people who are walking in the background and some people who are fighting in the foreground. Get a story in there. Why are they fighting? Where are they going? Root beer again. Most movies I try watching, I'm with Amazon Prime, and of course a lot of YouTube movies are free to watch. And a lot of the movies I'll start watching and say, no, this just isn't going anywhere. You got to have some interesting characters who are in a situation. Watch any Alfred Hitchcock movie, almost any of them. He did a couple of movies I didn't care for, but watch Rear Window, Jimmy Stewart, Grace Kelly. You could have Jimmy Stewart and Grace Kelly in anything; it's going to be pretty good. Have them go shopping at Pick and Save or something. Grace Kelly would be in an elegant outfit. Jimmy Stewart would be trying to make up his mind if he wanted the M&Ms or possibly splurge and get a Hershey bar. French fries. I'll give you an idea. First of all, I'll give you an idea of a song. I actually wrote this down somewhere. I've had it for years, but I never did do anything with the song. The song is called The Ring, R-I-N-G, The Ring. I don't know if I ever got as far as writing a melody. I don't write music, so I don't write melodies. I would have had an idea of the chord changes. A guy decides he's going to ask his sweetheart to marry him. He gets a ring. He starts driving toward her house. She lives a couple hundred miles away. So he's driving along, he's calling her on the cell phone, and got a surprise for him on the way there. He said, well, be careful. There's a storm here, bad weather. And so he's driving toward her house. By the way, this is all done, of course, with rhymes, lines that rhyme. So he's got a ring, he's on his way to her house. Radio in his car doesn't work. He doesn't hear the storm warnings. And a storm comes through. In the meantime, she, his girlfriend, is worried about him. She's thinking he's late, maybe it's the weather. She starts driving toward him. Maybe he's hurt on the road somewhere. He knows I'm going to drive toward him. Meanwhile, he's driving toward her, but he's going slowly because the weather's so bad. And they each have a wreck on the highway. They run into each other. crawl out of the cars and recognize their sweetheart. They crawl up close to each other and he puts the ring on her finger. Then they say goodbye. That's the kind of songs I like to write. A song that's about something. I could write a song about a Burger King hamburger. Probably wouldn't have much interest. I find it best to wait until I get a concept. Something enters my mind from somewhere. The song my ex-wife done Double Cross Me Again that I wrote, that's up at YouTube. I knew a guy I worked with. He married a lady, he divorced her. They got remarried. He introduced her to me as my ex-wife. I thought, wow, that's a song. So I started writing. It took me several years to write it, but I eventually got it written. And again, it's about something. It's not, I've got tears in my eyes, I've been drinking my heart out over you. If you're going to write a movie that has an ending. Watch Some Like It Hot, 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 watch. I have ideas for movies also, but probably save them for another time. Hamburger's good, and the bacon is everywhere in here. There's got a lot of bacon, a pickle. I remember when pickle rhymed with nickel. Now they don't have enough nickels to keep up with the pickles. Inflation is bad. Politicians can mess things up. We the people can mess things up. Want some more French fries. Looks like it wants to rain today. Whether it does or does not, have to wait and see. What is your favorite song, speaking lyrically? It'd be interesting to see the answers to that. People have different tastes in music, and what one person likes, another person might not like. One of the biggest hits in music history was just a cliched song, Love Me Tender. If you get the right song at the right time. That was a song from the movie Love Me Tender, Elvis Presley. The plot of the movie is based on real people and real things, but the actual story of the Reno brothers is quite a bit different from what you see on the screen in the movie Love Me Tender. Someone's walking this way. Was that line in Young Frankenstein, walk this way? I worked with Mel Brooks twice. Once on History of the World Part 1, and the other time To Be or Not to Be, both good movies. Mel Brooks was a funny person. I was on the set with him. And he was creating, after the script was finished, he was still adding whatever happened to pop into his head. He was very funny. There's some comics who write their own material, and they do a good job of it. And some of them ad-lib, like Robin Williams used to just go walking out in front of an audience and start talking. No script. I used to see him at the Comedy Store. I think it was Monday nights was open mic night, and I'd go in there to get up and do my 3 minutes. And I wasn't very funny, but Robin Williams would stand in the back quite often with all the would-be comics, and he'd go up on stage and try out new material. I was around him all day once on Mork and Mindy when I was Abe Lincoln. I never saw any hint that he was depressed. If you could be anything in show business, what would it be? Would you be a comic? Would you be a singer, a musician, a songwriter, a screen actor, YouTuber? There are people on YouTube who make a lot more money than some of the Hollywood big names. And the big names would never be able to do what the people at YouTube have done and are doing. Life is great. It's great to be me here now, as I've said before. (2022) was into its second half. There's a few signs that things could be better, getting better, possible. A lot of people walking in the parking lot here. People who are worse off than myself. By the way, I've mentioned before about thinking about using my channel to raise money for some charity. I don't think I'll do anything like that. If there's a charity you want to help them, and your charity might be different from mine. Let me get a little bit more root beer. Root beer good. The 2 hamburgers were good. French fries were good. And they were bacon cheeseburgers, and the 2 burgers, the fries, on the root beer came to $4.31. Seems to me to be a bargain. Thank you for watching.